Hey there, welcome back. This is Lucas Catton, and today I wanted to share with you a resource that you may or may not have heard about, but it's something that I think really speaks to all of us or can apply to all of us and how we go about our lives trying to figure out what type of work suits us the best. Maybe not, individual roles necessarily or specific jobs or it could be, but trying to find work, jobs, careers that are fulfilling, that are meaningful, that have purpose, that make us want to get up and go to work each day, that we have meaningful connections with the people whom we work with, and that we feel a sense of pride and joy in the results, the outcome, the purpose, the group effort, that sort of thing. And unfortunately, most of us, probably everyone at some point, but most of us along the way wind up in roles or positions or careers that we may not actually love. They don't quite excite us necessarily. For some people who are lucky enough or who have pursued their passions, they have been able to do that. Or maybe they have a passion, but they haven't figured out how to pay the bills with their passion. So they do a couple different things at once. And this resource, I actually mentioned, there's a guy, Jonathan Fields, who I've read a couple of his books, and I think he's really an amazing guy. I've never personally met him. I listen to his podcast every once in a while called The Good Life Project. He wrote a book about uncertainty that I thought was good on my page about books, lucascatton.com/books. Talk about, give some different resources, and he is one of them. His other book, How to Live a Good Life. And so amongst all of these different things that he's done that I think are pretty amazing and trying to help people along in their lives, he came up with something called the Sparketypes. And Sparketypes are what he coined as 10 different types of people that we are in a work or career type setting, what fits our desires and that brings that fulfillment from our careers, and is really a pretty amazing tool. So it's something that's free that anyone can do. You can go to sparketypes.com. That's SPARKETYPES.com and go through and there's a questionnaire. It takes a few minutes to fill out. And it's a lot of similar questions that are phrased differently and some things, some repeating patterns and stuff. And what happens when we answer questions like this, we're not just giving a single answer, but it's helping to refine those answers as we go through so that we're finding more of the true answer that hides beneath it. Because sometimes something might be phrased a certain way and people might answer one way, and then they ask the question a little bit different and they might answer it differently. So by going over different ways of asking similar questions, you can kind of hone in to what really are the true answers for those things. And as they go through and ask these questions about what you would like to do, and especially in cases where, if money didn't matter, what would you want to be doing? And you come with this and it spits out two things for you. Your assessment in the end, and I think it's about 300,000 people have done this. So it's, there's a lot of research behind it as well, but it spits out a couple different things. One is your main Sparketype and the other one is your shadow Sparketype. And the shadow one is the one that's in support of the other. It's like your secondary of your two primal activities or drives in a career type setting or work. The shadow is a supportive element of that. And it was interesting. So I took this yesterday, as a matter of fact, and it was interesting to see the results, because I had been, if you look back through some of my videos, it's interesting, or some of the other things that I've been doing recently, and you look at the direction that I've gone into. It's funny that the answers that are spit out are exactly what I've been doing. One of the let me read the 10 spark types to you, because that'll be helpful. These are the maker, the scientist, the maven, the essentialist, performer, a warrior, the sage, the advocate, the advisor, the nurturer. And these are, it gives different characteristics for them. And the two that came out for me, the first was advisor. And it's interesting because I've really gone into and wanting to be doing the thing that I feel like I'm really good at, which is helping other people get through different situations in their lives, whether it be career-wise or at work, or coming up with different plans, and helping to be sort of someone on the side who can look at things from, not being stuck in the problems or the difficulties themselves, but being able to look from the outside and go, oh, I see this. I see how this could be helpful to you in this particular situation, and help advise or consult in that way. And so advisor was the top thing that came out for me personally. And the second one was the maker. And I talk about that the thing that I really enjoy doing a lot, as well as starting things, taking things from a concept or idea and creating something real out of it. And then once it gets into the process of continuing to do that thing, I lose interest. I like the creation aspect of it. That part is really the most enjoyable. And I tell the story about helping to found, for example, Center Recovery Programs, and how that process of taking just a concept or just an idea initially and helping to flesh it out and helping to put it down into some more realistic goals and plans, and then figure it out as we go. And, with my partners at the time, be able to make something that is not only real, but actually doing things to help people and to grow and become a viable business that is now off and has its own legs. And I hope they do amazing things with it. More so than they've already done in the last 2.5 years. Like it's a wonderful program. And that's really is what exciting. So when I make a video about, I'd love to help you do a free consultation about your business, or starting a business, or if I look at someone and say, they have an issue in their life, and I'd like to be able to help find some resources or solutions to address that or solve that. It's because both of those things are things that genuinely drive me, and what I need to be doing. It's really what I need to be doing. There's lots of things that I feel that I could be good at, and that I have been good at and can do, and I can fit many different roles, but it's not what really generates this feeling of excitement or fulfillment in life. But the advisory and the creative roles, not creative as in design, I'm a terrible artist, but creative as in making something from scratch and presenting it into being a thing, whether it's building something or taking an idea and making it into reality, that sort of thing. So I would encourage you, if you are just curious about what your Sparketypes might be, and maybe it validates some of the things that you already know about yourself, as it kind of did for me a little bit. Sometimes it's just, kind of giving you like a pat on the back, like you're heading in the right direction, keep going, some validation there. And sometimes we're in situations that are difficult, and we're looking to make a change, whether it's how to improve our current positions within our current roles or our current companies or employers that we work with, or maybe if we own our own businesses or do our own thing, how do we improve that? And this helps to bring some of that along, and how to create plans around that to help fortify what we're best at. And sometimes it's to help you seek out a new career path and some new goals. And that would be something that would be up to you. But I would encourage anyone and everyone to take a time and go through it. Again, the questions seem a little bit repetitive, but they're by design that way, to be able to get down and ask these questions in different ways, so that you can get really to the real answer of all of it, instead of just the initial how we think we should answer it the first time around. So go to sparketypes.com. You can go to jonathanfields.com, I think, or goodlifeproject.com and find out more about that. I'd encourage you to listen to his podcast. I'd encourage you to read his books and take a look, because I think of a lot of people out there who are genuine people. Even though I've never met him, this comes through his conversations and his writing and that kind of stuff. This is someone who I feel a kinship toward, and who I think would be helpful to anyone. I think he has good advice for anyone, no matter what they are. And it's always well-intentioned advice. I don't think he's out there trying to sell anyone to anything, if that makes sense. So that's all I got for now. And if you care to, drop by lucascatton.com, check out the book section, and you can see some other books that I might recommend. I think I did something on another book previously, and I'll do some other videos around some of those books that I recommend as well. So that's it. And until then, talk to you soon. Thanks.